Diamond Mine Run. Given the nature of this park and ride, this feels like a bit more than a kiddie coaster, and maybe giving it a quasi-mine train name helps make me think of it more as a family coaster. But it's also just a really fun kiddie coaster to ride as well. Find out why in this review. This is a kiddie coaster from E&F Miler. Although they have a few larger coasters such as Hurricane and Fun Spot, they mainly have made kiddie coasters such as Sea Serpent at Fun Spot. Only 3 of their larger models, the High Miler, are currently operating, with 2 at the Fun Spot parks and the recently relocated Prairie Screamer. E&F Miler also has 1 Wild Mouse as well as 1 operating water coaster, which is a mix between a coaster and a log flume. Of the model the Diamond Mine Run is, 6 clones exist, including Great Chase at Six Flags New England. Magic Springs itself is a neat family amusement and water park in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This park is relatively isolated from other major parks, but it is on the way if one is traveling from Texas to parks further in Missouri or onwards to Ohio. The park itself has a few thrill rides, 4 roller coasters, and a collection of kiddie and family rides. With a location on a hill and around a lake, the park looks really nice. Though with confusing paths and some ride closures, the amusement side does not feel like there was a cohesive plan when it comes to theming and appearance. As for operations, with its quick checks in the morning, this was one of the first coasters to open as they started testing the coasters at 11 when the park opened, and I rope dropped it before walking over to be the first rider on X Coaster while at the park. Adults are free to ride by themselves, so there's really no need to worry about getting this kiddie credit. Some kids were also excited to run around and ride again and again, but there didn't seem to be much of a line for this coaster, especially with its relatively short cycle. So, all power to those kids who can really enjoy it. If no one is in the queue line, the attendant was even sending the trains around for another cycle, 2 laps. If all riders were okay with that. And I got 4 rides in a row, 8 laps total, without having to get off, which is just an incredible plus for any roller coaster. After leaving the station, the first drop is neat, having a little bit of thrills but nothing too crazy, just enjoyable. Most bunny hills though aren't too good as you just have enough speed to crest over them, so though picturesque, the first hill really doesn't do a lot as a coaster element. The far drop, however, is twisted in a wicked way. It offers a surprising amount of force if you're in the front row. Guests tend to gravitate towards the front, so it isn't the easiest to get, but I do suggest sitting up there if you can. This is followed by a turn that has neat theming but not a lot of forces before a sharp turn into the station that will give laterals towards the front of the train. Not a lot, but fairly decent laterals. Then, in kiddie coaster fashion, you get a second lap. This seemed to be programmed into the ride, so you should always get 2 laps on this coaster. Overall, how good is Diamond Mine Run? This pretend mine train coaster does a fine job at being a bit more than a kiddie coaster, and ranks as one of my favorite kiddie coasters, especially with the 1 twisted drop and those laterals at the end. I rank it right above Santa's Runaway Sleigh at Yesterland Farm. Though smaller, this Miler manufacturing ride offers some nice pops over its hills, though it is a bit milder than other versions of this layout. I placed Diamond Mine Run right below Cyclone at P6 Farms. This Miler manufacturing coaster has the same layout as Santa's Runaway Sleigh, but just has a bit more forces on the first drop and bunny hills, especially with a full train. so you can really have a good time despite the small layout. Do you find Diamond Mine Run to be a fun coaster? What are some of your favorite Kiddie coasters? Let me know, and as always, Kapkun Krap.